Whenever I bet, I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah. Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Dollar, dollar.
What's up, everybody? The Gritty Gamblers are back. It's Parlay Joe, Will, and we got Matt. How we feeling, boys? How we feeling?
Feeling great. How you doing, Will?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm ready for this weekend.
Let's hit it, man. What y'all looking at for Thursday night college tonight?
Thursday night college. What you got, Will?
I got a West Virginia minus 2.5.
West Virginia minus 2.5. What
Yeah.
you got, Parlay?
I was thinking taking Houston off the poo-poo list, but I don't know if I can. I wanted to bet my alma mater, ECU, but I'm not going to do that. Probably gonna stay off the college because I'm not seeing anything. What about you, Matt? Are you seeing anything?
I'm kind of leaning with Will a little bit. I have some action on that WVU game, but I'm on the under just because WVU, they pound the rock like crazy. They don't like to throw the ball. They rarely ever throw the ball. But they will run out the clock. It just depends on. I mean, Houston is their first year in the Big 12, and big new teams in the Big 12 generally don't win these games when they're coming around with these. Especially, if I'm not mistaken, I got to see where this game is. Is it in Houston or is it?
It's at Houston.
Yeah, it's in Houston, so at least they get a home game. But I don't know. I'm definitely leaning the under, sitting right around 50.5. So I took the under in this game. And then I parlayed it because FanDuel had a nice little prop where it boost. So I have SMU money line knocked in there with the over in that game. So SMU money line over and the under in WVU parlayed.
To go off what you said, Matt, I took West Virginia minus 2.5 because of their run game. And Houston has one of the worst run defenses in all of college football. I expect them to just steamroll them all night.
Yeah, Houston's not good. I've watched a lot of their games.
QB runs is going to kill them. The QB run is really what's going to kill them because that's what West Virginia does really well.
Yeah. Also, an interesting thing, Dana Holgorsen is the Houston's head coach now, the former West Virginia head coach. I thought that was an interesting tie-in to this game as well.
Oh, yeah. It hasn't even been that long since he was there, too. He was there for years.
Yeah.
So it might mean a little bit more to him, but
that's the only thing that has me nervous. I feel like West Virginia is just better, but that's the part that has me they could play up for their coach.
The line actually moved. It went from 2.5 to -3.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I got it at 2.5 then.
Yeah, that's good. That's decent movement.
Mm-hmm.
We got some.
Overall, but yeah, I think that's pretty much what we have for college tonight. Do you guys have anything you guys have for college coming up over the weekend? I know we have Friday's games, Saturday's games. Tomorrow night's game, I'll probably let Parlay shoot off the hip because I know he's got thoughts on Stanford, Colorado.
Stanford, Colorado. Hey, I'm glad you mentioned that because I was just about to talk about it. Tomorrow night, they are playing tomorrow night. Found that out today, about 20 minutes ago. Didn't even know that. But I've been tweeting about it, been getting shit about it. I'm on Stanford again. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I'm fading Colorado once again. I mean, does it really –
like 3 weeks in a row you faded Colorado.
It's doing well for me right now, to be honest. I don't – they're not – the last time – wait. I have a stat. The last time they so the last time Colorado was favored by double digits against a Power Conference opponent was in 2018 when the Colorado Buffaloes were 5-0. They played Oregon State. Colorado lost that game outright in overtime. Okay. So, I mean, things could happen. Looks like Cardinals are getting –
You're getting good line movement right now.
17. Yeah, it's good. It's really good. 45% of the bets now. It's come down a little bit. It was at 56. 68% of the money backing it. I like it.
They're not winning that game is kind of what it comes down to.
They might not win, but they'll cover.
It's 2 touchdowns. Colorado doesn't stop anything. So, yeah, they'll probably
And they both played Oregon. I don't care if Travis Hunter's back, but they both have the same score versus Oregon.
I mean, 46. Different game styles, big fights in terms of those types of situations. Like, I'd probably lean Colorado, but you can't bet it at their price because you're not going to bet them at 12 points. It's not worth the risk.
Yeah.
Another quick shout out I wanted to give was Tulane Memphis tomorrow night. I probably have to look at the game a little bit more, but Tulane's not looking too bad in that situation. They have their quarterback back now. They competed well against Ole Miss without their quarterback, so it shows you that they have talent on their roster, on their team besides just Michael Pratt. So having Michael Pratt back, I'll probably have to watch. That's a line to watch yet. Probably will break it down more over the week into the weekend, but that's definitely AK tomorrow. But that's a line to watch. 4.5 is not a bad price for Tulane.
Yeah, but it's going up. It's kind of weird.
That's
Right
why
now,
I didn't want to say bet it
leaning
because it's the line
Memphis.
to watch. I noticed that too when I was looking at it. But now that we got Friday out the way, let's get into these games on Saturday because we got quite a big games. You guys have any games you guys wanted to shout out?
Yeah, actually, I got 4 on Saturday that I like a lot.
Perfect.
I got Alabama minus 19 against Arkansas.
I think we're all agreeing on that. Yeah, that's a three-way
I
agreement.
feel like they figured something out about Texas A&M. Jalen Milroe had his best game as their quarterback, and Arkansas, it's been disappointing for them. Like, Sam Pittman was a guy they loved, and he struggled this season. And, like, Alabama's strength on defense is their run defense, and that's what they do with KJ and Raheem Sanders. I think this is going to be over by halftime. I think it's going to be ugly. I really do. Another one I got is Tennessee minus 3 at home. I love them at home. I really do. And then I got Kentucky minus 2.5. I love that one as well. And then my lock of the week is North Carolina minus 3. I think I'm about to kill Miami. I really do. Because, like, put yourself in the mindset of a guy that age like I am. You see your coach do a stupid decision. You see it all on social media, him getting dogged out. You really are, like, wondering, okay, is this the guy? And, like, what am I even going to do here? I think, plus North Carolina is just good. Drake May has been playing like the best quarterback in college football. He's on that level. He's so good. And
They've been also eating spreads alive. They've been eating spreads alive.
Yeah. I got
UNC?
Duke minus 3 as well.
I like a lot of those plays. I really do like a lot of those. The Alabama plays, I think, is free, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Alabama, Arkansas.
That makes me a little nervous that everyone's high on it, but
yeah,
they're just gonna get a whoop in Arkansas, man. Like,
yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but like, I mean, I think
keep moving it that way. Keep moving it.
Yeah, I had to get it in the right area.
What are your thoughts on that game this weekend?
I'm gonna be there, so I'm leaving tomorrow morning for that game. Actually, I think LSU wins, but we cover.
Okay, that's what a lot of people are saying. Yeah,
because like the last 6 out of the 7 games, it's been a 1-score game either way, depending on who's won. And this game is always like, it's always the weirdest game in college football for me. Like, from the stadium catching on fire. What happened before that one game? There was an eclipse before one game. There's always super weird stuff that happens in this game.
What's happening? Is there an eclipse this game?
And 2 years ago, we beat them in Baton Rouge with Brian Harsin as head coach. Do what?
Is there anything crazy happening on this game?
We'll see. I mean, I'm going to be there, so I'll be there to report on it if it does. So that's all I know.
You'll hear
I bet I could change the odds for every.
I didn't mean to hit that, guys. I'm sorry. But, hey, I can change the odds for anyone. That is for sure.
Yeah.
But what were you saying, man? Sorry.
No, you're good. And I got one more bet this weekend. I'm teetering on Oregon plus 3. I feel really good.
Well, you ran into some Washington truthers. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, I like Washington, but I looked at all the numbers and was comparing them. That defense, like, both offenses are high-scoring, like, pass offenses. But my thought is, if you need a defense to make a play in this game, not like turnovers or anything, but just a few stops in the red zone to stop touchdowns from being, like, forcing field goals, right?
The 4-point difference, yeah.
I trust Oregon's defense when I do Washington's. And I trust Dan Lanning on the defensive side more than I do Washington's DC and head coach. And that's just my opinion.
Now, do you trust Bo Nix to go make a play in a true road game against Michael Penix Jr.? That's what.
Look, as an Auburn fan, I've seen Bo Nix on the road. it's not been good in his career. It just hasn't. But for some reason, I can't just like shake it. I feel like Oregon just has it this weekend. I don't know why. I have no stats or anything to back it up. Nothing at all. It's just a gut feeling.
Yeah, the Washington's one of those. Washington, I
They're
think.
undefeated against the spread, Oregon.
Yeah, they're 5-0.
Yeah, but besides, like, who have they
But
played
I'm
this
on
year?
Washington -3.
You like
Maybe
Washington
it's-
-3?
I think Washington beats them by a field goal just like they did last year.
I could definitely see that.
Like, it's the one game of the weekend where maybe that game and like USC Notre Dame probably, where I'm just like, because USC Notre Dame's kind of similar where it could go either way. USC Notre Dame is weather dependent for me. That game's super weather dependent because it's supposed to like be downstorming rain. And if that's the case, I can't even touch that game for USC wise because Notre Dame might steamroll them if it's pouring rain.
See, my thing is, I like Notre Dame in that game, but I really don't want to bet against Caleb Williams.
It's a scary thing to do.
He's so good. Like, I just have a hard time doing that. I do think Notre Dame could very much win this week and get like a Sam Hartman get right game because USC's defense is bad. That's what's going to cost them making the college football playoff is that defense.
They're not making it out the pack with that defense.
Yeah.
They're not going to be
I
the
hate
best team in LA with that defense.
Yeah.
Look at what UCLA has on defense and look what they have on defense.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree with you.
But yeah, Parlay Joe's been saying something for a couple of weeks now that's going to hold true, and it starts on Saturday. We're going to find out about the Pac-12 and the Big Ten in the next couple of weeks. We're going to see who's coming out of there. We're going to see what's up because they all got to play each other now in the next couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see what's going on when it comes to the playoff, but I really like Washington in this matchup. The only team I really think that Washington Joe keeps hyping it to me, and I can finally see it, is USC. That might be the one team Washington might have a little trouble with, just because if it's a pure shootout, Caleb Williams is the one guy that can keep up with Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah, and USC has the weapons offensively, too, to go toe-to-toe.
Washington
so not just Caleb
good
Williams.
defense, but not elite.
Yeah, Washington's defense is better than USC, though. I'll say that any day.
For sure. Yeah.
They got a lot of good transfers. What do you guys think about this Kentucky-Mizzou game?
So get into a little bit more on that one, Will, because you said you had Kentucky spread.
Yeah, I got Kentucky -2.5, and Mark Stoops in his last 10 games versus Kentucky is 7-3, and he's owned them at home. He's never lost as his head coach at home against Missouri. I'm all on Kentucky, like easily. I feel like this is such a layup game. I really do.
They have a decent amount of the money on the spread. The money line's kind of murky. The total is kind of leaning towards under. So if it's going to be in a defensive fight, if they can slow down Brady Cook, that's pretty much what it comes. You stop Cook to Burden, you stop Missouri mostly. I mean, I know they have a good running back and they have a really good running game, but if you stop him to Burden, you mostly stop their whole offense.
Yeah, Luther Burden's insane. He's a future first-round guy.
Yeah, he's the best receiver, not named Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, he's definitely in that discussion.
My lean right now is definitely what you guys are saying. But right now, the game I'm thinking Kentucky, but the game I'm looking at is UCLA Oregon State. A little back to the pack, but I mean,
my thoughts on that.
What 4-1, 5-1? I feel like UCLA should cover here easily, that 3.5. But what do you guys think?
Dante Moore does not play well on the road.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Oregon State defense is going to load the box and say beat us to Dante Moore. So I'm just like, and I don't know. I don't trust him on the road. It's a tough place to play. It's an underrated place to play. It's a tough place to play. I just can't back UCLA because they're freshman quarterback. I just have a hard time with that.
If UCLA's defense shows up to that game and say, you will not beat us with the running of the ball, because that's what Oregon State does the best, then we got a game. But if that doesn't happen, I saw what happens when you send a freshman quarterback to Oregon State to go play them. Ask Utah.
Yep.
Who has the second best defense in the pack besides besides UCLA, and they scored 7 points and still only had to give up 21 to lose by 2.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So that's a game you're going to have to watch. The money on it is super murky. It's super murky.
Yeah, I feel like more than the side to play on that is the under.
What game is that?
UCLA Washington or UCLA Oregon State.
Oregon State.
Uh,
It's
Like
at
to play,
56
that's the
points.
under.
Yo, the under is definitely the play right now.
I mean,
right now.
two offenses that like to run the ball, freshman quarterback who will make a few mistakes and kill some drives, and two good defenses, probably the best in their conference. I mean, come on, that feels like the under has to be the play.
And it's at 54.
Yeah, that's got to be the play.
And the Sharps are hammering.
Yeah.
So,
I don't see this I don't see either of these teams scoring over 27. So
I was about to say 25. Yeah, I don't see either of them
No.
going over 25 points.
I just don't see it. I feel like the under's the play, but it also might be a trap. You never know.
Of course, Dante Moore shows up in a road start for the first time in his life.
That could be one of those games where he just breaks through.
Like, even in the game they won at Washington State, people forget he still threw a pick six.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is right or not. Hasn't he thrown a pick six in the past two games?
The game before that was the Utah game when they lost the
Yeah.
Utah game 14-7 with the
Yeah.
pick six.
That's what I'm saying. Just freshman quarterbacks on the road, man. Can't trust them.
It's hard. It's really hard. But yeah.
I feel like the last game we could probably talk about would be the under for the Tennessee Texas A&M game. Will, I know you said you got Tennessee minus
that
3.
A&M defense is
I
legit.
think the under on that game is an obvious play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was watching a late kick with Josh Pate, and he does his ramen noodle express, and that's what he had on one of his picks, and I was like, okay, I mean he's normally pretty accurate with this stuff, and I'm pretty sure that both Tennessee and Texas A&M are top 25 in sacks per game, on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I know Tennessee is really good with the DNs, and I mean Texas A&M. They played a pretty competitive game last week, I would say.
Yeah.
Their
pretty
defensive front is loaded.
I could see it being slow again.
Yeah. Does anyone have the weather on that game? Because that could play a factor too.
Oh, it's at Neyland, right?
Yeah, it's in Neyland.
Let
Let
me
me check
see.
the weather.
11.7.
This is looking like right now for that game.
11.7 miles per hour winds.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, looks clear.
Okay.
Woody. I think there's weather interfering a game tonight.
Right now, the under only has 46% of the bets.
Yeah, that's not a bad look at all.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, the one I'm looking at has 54.91. Yeah, Sharps are hammering.
Yeah.
That's a line to watch to take it before on Saturday, but that might be a really good line. Yeah, it's at 55.5. That makes sense.
Yeah.
A good one. I like that one. All week I've liked that one.
Do we think Michigan covers 33 points versus Indiana and just blows them out the water?
They definitely could. Indiana's really bad.
Yeah, I usually don't like taking such large spreads, but
I don't either. And this is kind of like the Georgia Vanderbilt thing. Vanderbilt is 0-7 this year against the spread. Now Georgia's 2-4, which is not much better, but still, I think Georgia really is that much better.
they're getting. Of course, Vandy has all the money. Of course.
But yeah, I really do like Georgia in that game. Now 31's a lot of points. For last time I looked, that line was 31.5. That's just a lot of points, but Georgia is better than them, a lot better.
Ooh, one line I definitely say would be a line to watch is TCU +6 versus. BYU +6 versus TCU. Tandem One is out for the next 4 weeks. Their QB, and they still are a touchdown favorite versus BYU, who is a pretty decent team. I know it's their first year in the Big 12, but they're going to be a tough team for anybody to play. That's a line to watch going into the weekend, in my opinion. It's not something you'd want to necessarily bet right away. It's something you want to watch the action on going into the weekend.
Yeah. I got one for y'all that I'm looking at.
What are we looking at?
Florida State minus 17.5 against Syracuse.
Syracuse has been getting lumped up recently, beat up.
So I'm saying I had them 6.5 against Clemson. That didn't hit, but it showed that all that is they're a paper tiger. They played weak opponents, had a good against the spread record, and then they played a real team in Clemson and get absolutely blown out. I see the same thing happen here against Florida State. I think
Look what
Florida
happened to them when they played UNC.
Yeah, I think Florida State kills them here, like by 30.
Of course they have the money, but it's not that much. It's 64, 67, so it's the public's on them.
Trying to find it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Line hasn't really moved that much too. But I think that's just about it for what I have for college.
That's all I have right now, but if I win my West Virginia one tonight, I'll probably add something like South Carolina -2.5 against Florida. I really like that one. The Oregon
NFL
line,
or
the Oregon
tonight.
Washington line is now 3.5.
The Washington line moved to 3.5. That's good line movement for Washington. That's a good line.
Yeah, it's at 3.5 now.
No, but part of that, you said NFL. No, yeah, I really like that Chiefs under tonight. That Chiefs under might be good. Might be the one.
Mm-hmm. I got 2 bets lined up for the Chiefs tonight. So parlay.
What you got?
I got Chiefs money line and Isaiah Pacheco over 14.5 receiving yards.
Is McKinnon healthy? He playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
You
last
could just
year,
get that in one catch though.
yeah, like Pacheco's shifty. He can get that easy. I feel like the money line is like a lock, but the Pacheco's gonna be the hardest part.
Yeah, that Denver spread's getting hammered by the Sharps.
Yeah, it's at 10.5 right now.
They brought it down they're the reason they got brought down a little bit.
Yeah, I like it. I might take it.
If we're talking NFL, I like Falcons money line, not spread. Falcons are not good against the spread, but they're 3-0 at home.
Hey man, I'm a Commanders fan. We suck. Line them up.
Hey, it's all right, man. We all have rough teams that we have to just support and go through.
I'm not even that bad. It's the worst part. The top 12 roster in the league if you really look at it.
Are you
We suck.
do you believe in Sam Howell? You think he's their guy?
That I believe in how much he cost.
That's fair.
So he's decent for how much he costs. It's almost like the Brock Purdy effect, light, to where he costs so little so we can pay everybody else. AKA, we don't, Scary Terry don't got to be going to Indy.
I mean, we got the
Pay
money.
him.
We got the money.
You act like we don't also have the money. Stick to paying running backs.
I'm a little biased here.
They both.
I'm a little biased here. I like the Bears this weekend.
It's not a bad play. It's not. I have to watch the money on it, but if you're just talking football sense, it's not a bad play. The money's kind of even. It's murky on the money.
I mean, my thing is the Vikings have struggled to win games with Justin Jefferson. Now they don't have him, and it's a rainy game in Soldier Field. That favors the team that can run the ball. Versus
Momentum's key, too.
Yeah, like Bears are coming off their first win in almost a year. You don't think they can feel that? And Justin, his last 2 games, granted, not great defenses, has been going crazy. Now the Vikings are better, but it's not exactly like a major step up. Like
Who they got to guard DJ Moore?
They have to guard DJ Moore, and Darnell Mooney historically has had the Vikings number. He's been great against them.
I don't know what it is about Fields. Maybe because I watched the Commanders game more closer. Because obviously I'm a Commanders fan. I watched it. He missed Mooney every time he tried to hit Mooney. Like it looked like whenever he looked at DJ Moore, he couldn't miss him because DJ Moore, I guess, made the play. But when
I love Darnell Mooney, but that's a Darnell Mooney problem. I watched the All 22. I rewatched it. He gave up on the route every time. If he kept running, Fields would hit him in stride.
So it was DJ Moore is the one making the play. That's what it comes down to. Okay.
Yeah, and now Fields was making great throws for DJ, but if Darnell just kept running, Fields would even had a bigger day. That's just my opinion on that.
It's a pass for me.
For Chicago?
I'm not touching that game. That looks like
that's fair.
That's
game. Fair.
What do you guys think about that Saints Texans under?
Here we go. Chasing Texans stuff again.
The under though. I'm not talking about the betting them. I'm talking about the under on the game.
What is it? Let me see.
42.5 currently.
49% of the bets, 94% of the money at the time I was looking at it.
I think I like the unders in this one.
You need the.
I don't know if either team's going to score that many points.
See, I'm big on the under because Saints, like, statistically have a top 5 defense.
And they can't score.
Yeah, and they're fourth in turnovers right now. Like, I know C.J. Stroud has been great this year. He hasn't thrown an interception all season. I think this is the game where he does throw an interception.
This might be the game.
I'm all over that.
I think this is a game where CJ throws just a pick. Now, obviously, I think he's still the best rookie quarterback right now out of who's performing. But I think this is a game where he coughs one up, just a rookie mistake. I know it's in Houston, but still.
He's going to throw an interception.
I hate to say this, but no team's really going undefeated. Is this the game the Niners get shocked?
If Watson plays?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm just wondering if that defense. The Browns' defense is elite.
It is, but losing Nick Chubb hurts.
Yeah, but I'm talking on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, no team's going under. I know the Niners are eventually going to probably get into a different game, but this just looks like one of those games, 1:00 game going to Cleveland. I know people probably said that about Pittsburgh when they went to Pittsburgh. I don't know. The money, they have crazy amounts of the money, 84, 86 because it's the Niners on their spread. The money line, 94, 76. So it might just be a trap type game. Jim Schwartz just might be like, screw all your schemes. I'm bringing 7. What are you going to do?
It definitely could, but I'm just not going to bet against the Niners until I see it. They've been so dominant in every game. I just can't bet against them.
Might be a little sprinkle. I'll have to watch that later. Might be a little sprinkle.
Kind of like Brandon Ayuk over 43.5 receiving yards in that game.
It's free in my opinion. They play man coverage. Too much man coverage. He's the guy versus man for them. When they play zone, it's Debo, but
yeah. And Purdy has that connection with Ayuk. He loves throwing to Ayuk. That's his guy. That's his guy.
Because Ayuk's the one that separates.
Yeah, definitely.
He gets separation. Debo's the one who trucks people.
Yeah. It's just two different players. Like, philosophy is how they play. That's all it is.
That Seattle spread might be pretty nice too. They're getting +3 versus Cincinnati.
See, to back your feeling there, Seattle, they're the only – okay, the Chiefs and them are the only teams that are top 6 in EPA per play on offense and defense. I think the Seahawks will win this. I really do.
I mean, they have the money. Plus, I don't know why Cincinnati's favored in this game.
I don't agree with it either. Now, could Cincinnati definitely win? Yeah, for sure. But I like Seattle in this spot. Plus, Seattle's off a bye.
They've been waiting for this game, prepping for this game.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Another game I want to talk about.
What's the game parlay?
The Indianapolis Colts going to the Jaguars.
What's your thoughts, parlay? Shoot from the hip.
Plus 164 money line.
I knew it was coming.
On the Minshew Mania this year. Revenge game. First game back in Jacksonville.
You guys have this much of the money?
Oh, yeah.
You see how much of the money you guys have? Yo,
he's going to go off. He's already won like 3 games with coming in. So, I mean, he's won 2 division games. He's going to win 1 more. Let's go. Hey, win this one. First in the division. Can't stop us. We're back.
Can't stop, won't stop.
But if we lose, we lose. Who cares?
No, you guys have crazy amounts of money.
I really think we're going to win.
You have crazy amounts of money on you guys right now. Holy.
No. What's your percentage on the spread, though?
It's both that's tricking me out. 76.94 for the spread, 29.85 for money line.
Yeah, I got 30.85, and I got 76.
People are hammering the Colts this weekend, it looks like.
They hammered it last year, too.
Jeez.
I got one home dog I really like.
Okay.
Chargers, 2.5 plus 2.5.
They got Dallas coming to town. That's not a bad idea.
Yep, and Austin Eckler's coming back too. I like it. I like Chargers in this spot a lot.
The only thing that scares me is that spread movement. Dallas got a little bit of the money right now. That's a line to watch probably.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what happens. Just as I don't trust Brandon Staley.
Trash coach.
Yeah, I think he's awful. I don't know. I don't like backing him, but I just like the Chargers in this spot for some reason.
What do you guys think about the Detroit Tampa Bay game? They moved that game they flexed that game to 425 because it's going to be a pretty decent game, probably, honestly.
I like Detroit. I think they're one of the best teams in the NFC. I
One
like
last
Detroit.
time before Detroit gets put on the poo-poo list because they're too good. Give me Tampa Bay.
Ooh.
Baker's been covering.
Games in Tampa, they have a good sharp movement, 25-42 right now.
Really good movement.
45-67 on the money line. It's kind of a trap game for Detroit. They're going on the road. They're banged up.
Tampa Bay's 4-1 against the spread. Detroit
Tampa's
is
coming off a
4-1
bye.
against the spread.
Tampa's also coming off a bye. Detroit's defense, it might be their saving grace, to be honest, because Detroit's defense is way above average compared to years in the past.
Yeah.
But the Bucks are humming, especially if Mike Evans plays. If Mike Evans plays, then yeah, the Bucks are humming. Because you saw what they did to that Saints defense in New Orleans.
Yeah.
So that's something to watch. I mean, there's also the small chance Detroit just Detroits them and blows them out the water in the first half where they can't come back. But if that doesn't happen, like the Eagles did to them, Tampa's going to be in that game, and they should be able to. There's a reason that game's at 425.
I just like Detroit. Their run game can set them up for success with David Montgomery. And then especially if Amon-Ra St. Brown's back, I like them a lot in this spot.
They got to run into Vita Vea.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that Detroit offensive line is so good.
Yeah. It's probably second to the Eagles, in my opinion.
It's up there. No doubt. It's top 3, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree with you guys and say Lions. I like Lions in this spot.
Another game, Arizona going to LA, division game.
Ooh.
James Conner's out, right?
Yeah.
I think that's going to put a big hurting on Arizona.
They might get blown out.
He keeps them in the game. I'm without Anthony Richardson on fantasy. Went ahead and picked up Matthew Stafford. Probably going to take LA every spot.
51-74.
Yeah.
I think that's free in SoFi.
Yeah.
Neither of those teams' fans travel, so.
Yeah, I think Arizona's been playing and punching above their weight, but I think the Rams roll them here. Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp going to have a big day, I feel like. No James Conner, like you said. Puka Nacua as well as became a guy. And then Joshua Dobbs hasn't been playing as well as he started. I really think this is a good spot for the Rams.
One thing, let me get this in here now before it starts in a little bit. Hey, MLB tonight, if you're going to take anybody ahead of home run, you got to take Bryce. He might be a trader, but you got to take Bryce. It was plus 220, plus 4 something. It was crazy, but he's hit 3 in the last 3 games, hit 2 last night. He's playing Strider, who hit 1 off in game 1. It's slowing up there. If there's any the formula or money feeling for it, unless they don't want to pitch the Bryce. If they don't pitch the Bryce, we're screwed. But take Bryce for the home run. If you're going to take just a bet play on that, I like Bryce home run tonight. Bryce Harper.
I like Phillies to win, even though I'm a Braves fan.
I was leaning Braves, but that action was not the best. The money.
Yep. And usually in the playoffs,
the money's pretty accurate. The money's been almost over 85-90% accurate when it comes to baseball. So follow the money.
Yep. I got to hedge it any way I can, bro. I got that plus 1,500. It's coming to an end tonight, probably. So
Yeah.
I try to get it ways I can. But
whoever won got the D-backs, man. This would have been a blessing.
D-backs look really good.
D-backs made me a lot of coin in this series. If you bet on the Dodgers,
You're
makeup.
I got an NFL bet I like, actually. I was just looking at this.
What are we looking at?
Patriots Raiders under 41.5.
Oh, the shitty New England Bowl.
Yeah. But I don't know. I like that game. I don't trust either offenses. I know the Raiders have Devontae Adams, but I'm still not a big
I think the
Jimmy G
Raiders are
guy.
going to win that game. Is the messed up
Oh,
part.
I do too. I really do too.
Their
If
defense
you
is
look-
playing better and better every week. The Raiders.
Mac Jones over 5.5 rushing yards.
He's going to need to. He's going to get hit.
Max
I wouldn't
Crosby.
trust Matt Jones for anything.
He was pretty good at that last year, getting those rushing yards.
I'm
Do
still
we
not a
think
believer.
Tennessee's going to show up across
He
the
gets
pond?
like 10 a game.
Okay, I have an opinion about that actually with the Ravens Titans. So
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all heard about this. Ravens got there early on Monday to get more acclimated, more than the Titans have. I like the Ravens in that spot. They've been there longer. They won't have as much jet lag. I think this is a spot for the Ravens. And no Traylon Burks for the Titans as well, which is already a struggling passing offense running against a great defense. Yeah, I like the Ravens. And the Ravens are not great against the spread. I still like the Ravens, though.
You know, if you got the Titans as an underdog, I'm probably going to go with Mike Vrabel.
It's a parlay Joe staple.
He's like 70% or something crazy like that as an underdog winning. It's like something crazy. I forgot what it was.
The last time we looked at that, the Browns cooked our shit. I can't lie.
Yeah, but the next game they didn't.
Okay.
Because they've been like an underdog almost every game this year. Like, really good.
Oh yeah, no, the Browns
They were
got them 27-3.
favorites. Yeah, they were plus.
27-3.
They were plus 2.5 versus the Bengals the next week, and they crushed them.
Yeah.
And I had that.
And
So
what your Colts do to them the week after?
we crushed them.
They felt. I'm gonna be honest with you. They sell out to stop the run, and they still let Zach Moss gash them.
Yeah, we stopped the run pretty good. I was watching some replays today.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But for overall, for NFL, I think that's just about it. Most of these other games are too shitty, like betting action wise. Like it's not gonna be worth betting on.
Yeah.
One quick thing I wanted to shout out because these games are knocking off. Let me get the model out real quick. Any of these hockey bettors out there, if you guys are looking at some hockey props to look at, let me knock this out real quick. I have this up. Oh yeah, right here. We're gonna look at Jason Robinson. If you're gonna do anything, you probably want to go anytime goal scorer just because it's a little bit more value. He will put the puck in the back of the net. However, his points has been free. It was the cash cow of the last NHL season, and we probably hit on over an 85% accuracy rate just because the amount of times we bet on it when he got a point. Like DeBrincat to get a point tonight with his new team with the Red Wings tonight going against the Devils. You got to bet on the Cup champs -1.5 tonight. I think it's a good play with the spread. They're going to play San Jose without Carlson. The other plays you can't really get in because the game's already started. But those are the main things I'm looking at for NHL tonight. You guys don't want to look at.
I was just about to ask you about Vegas 1.5. You think they cover that?
I already threw it in, yeah. They're going on the road. They just steamrolled a good Seattle team, and they're playing. I mean, it has the makings of a trap game. It does. I can't lie. But they literally, for San Jose, who? They don't got nobody that would compete with Vegas. It should, of course, they beat Vegas in the preseason before the game started, but I bet you that's something that Bruce Cassidy has them boys really riled up. Like, you gonna let San Jose beat you? You gonna let San Jose beat you? Yeah, no. Yeah, I really like Vegas in that spot. They just celebrated the Cup at home the other day. They're coming back on the road for this game. San Jose's home opener. Yeah, that's one of the only games I took spread on from the NHL tonight. Most of the games I've just betting props, and I took Minnesota money line, but. Because the Panthers are banged up. But that's just about it for NHL. I mean, the big game tonight is probably Red Wings, Devils. The Devils are one of the most exciting teams in hockey. And you got the big cat, DeBrincat. Well, not the big cat, DeBrincat coming in to the Red Wings. He got dealt there. So that's going to be a pretty good game on ESPN+. The nice thing about hockey is every single game is on ESPN+. So unless it's on TV. So if you want to watch a game, you can find it fairly easily.
Well, there you have it. Hockey Corner. We touched on all the games tonight. We got all weekend.
Oh, we'll be online on the Twitters and everything, on the X, what they call it. We'll be there. We'll let y'all know with the updates on the gambling.
Yep, lineups coming
For sure.
tomorrow. We'll get it out to you for sure.
Any
All
other
right.
plays y'all got? I think
I'm good, but
It's time to bring money.
After I bet, I could change the odds for every bookmaker in the country.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.